Hola, mi nombre es Jean Paul y hoy voy a hablar de Immigration History. En Mr. Dabla y en Humanities hablamos de muchas cosas. Una de ellas fueron de unos proyectos que hicimos que eran de Immigration. Uno hablamos de las personas que hicieron Immigration y que pudieron y que no pudieron hacer. Y en Humanities hablamos de la comida fusión y otras cosas más.
Hi, my name is Ivan Kalimonji and I'm in 6th grade. In my history class and in my humanities class, we have been talking about immigration experience. For example, in my history class, we have been talking about how immigration started and how immigration has been throughout the world. And in my humanities class, we have been talking about how the food came to America and how it's related.
Natasha Gomez is half Colombian and half Japanese. Her Colombian side is from her dad, and her Japanese side is from her mom. Natasha's grandparents moved from Colombia to Chicago in 1966. When Natasha's grandparents moved to America, they moved to America for a decade. And get this, Natasha's grandpa had a well-paying job, like he got paid really well. But when he went to America, he wanted to help his family and become a bus driver. Natasha's dad later on joined the U.S. Army when he moved to Chicago. He then got stationed in Japan and met a lady who became Natasha's mom. Natasha was born in Yokosuka and lived in Japan until age 6. She mainly talked Japanese, but she then moved to Florida, and then she started speaking more English, and she lost some Japanese. She loved and missed Japan. She wanted to talk more Japanese, but she didn't want to let Spanish go from her dad's side. She went to a university to study Japanese, but as I said, she didn't want to lose her Spanish either. So she worked on both Spanish and Japanese, and she later then got satisfied and when she learned both, and they both represent what she is and who she is and her culture. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Mi papá es de Cuba y mi mamá es de Ecuador. Ellos se conocieron un día porque mi mamá trabajaba en su tienda, la tienda de su familia, y mi papá trabajaba en la tienda de al lado. Cuando tuvieron a mi hermano, a mi primer hermano, ellos decidieron mudarse a los Estados Unidos para tener una buena vida. Decidieron quedarse porque este país les daba más libertad para que tengan a mi otro hermano.
Hola, mi nombre es Alisa Newberg y hoy voy a cocinar espagueti con pollo al estilo colombiano. Espagueti viene de la palabra italiana spaghetti. Spaghetti es el plural de spaghetto, que significa cordel. La pasta se documentó por primera vez antes del año 1295. Por eso, muchas personas piensan que la pasta originó de Italia, pero en realidad es una creencia común que se originó en Asia y en el siglo XIII lo trajeron a Italia. Este plato contribuye a ayudar a conectar cultura extranjera y cultura suramericana porque enseña que lugares como Colombia pueden adaptar diferentes tipos de comida. Y esta receta puede promover la difusión de la cultura extranjera y la cultura suramericana porque cuando las personas piensan en espagueti, le recuerdan a Italia, que es una cultura extranjera. Cuando ven que es estilo colombiano, piensan en Colombia, que es una cultura suramericana.
Los ingredientes que vamos a usar son ajo molido, sal, aceite de oliva, un tomate, albahaca, azúcar, pasta, caldo de pollo, orégano, salsa de tomate y pechuga de pollo. Lo primero que
Hello, my name is Luis from Period 6, and today I'm going to talk about the immigrant experience. So, to start, what is immigration? Immigration is just a process through which individuals become permanent residents or citizens of another country. There are few factors that can contribute to immigration, such as social political factors, demographic and economic factors, and environmental factors. So, the reasons for immigration are for family reunification, to provide more opportunities for their children seeking refuge after being displaced by environmental factors, for educational purposes, marriage, or just because they do it. So, everyone has human rights. And what are human rights? Are norms that recognize and protect the dignity of all human beings. And there are 30 articles for the human rights, as shown over here. Immigration has events that may increase and decrease, just like a timeline. Between 1830 and 1900s, most immigrants came from Europe into the United States. In 1810 and 1890, there were environmental factors that affected Germany and
Mi nombre es Paolo Francini, sexto grado, periodo 8. En los Estados Unidos, en especial en Doral, en Miami, podemos encontrar un gran número de restaurantes de comida venezolana debido a la gran cantidad de venezolanos que han tenido que emigrar para esta zona. En la mayoría de los restaurantes han tenido que reinventar sus platos haciendo una fusión con la comida americana. Un ejemplo de ello es la arepa.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Ricardo Seitife y el día de hoy vamos a hacer arroz con leche. El arroz con leche proviene de España durante la invasión árabe de la península ibérica en el siglo VII. Los españoles lentamente sacaban a los árabes de sus tierras, no fue hasta el siglo XV que recuperaron España. Se cree que es de raíces árabes ya que las mezclas de canela con arroz son parte de la gastronomía árabe. Durante la edad de exploración, la receta original fue traída a Sudamérica y varios países cambiaron algunos detalles y adaptaron esta delicia a sus gustos. Su nombre describe lo que es, lo cual es arroz con leche. Obviamente tiene más ingredientes, pero esos son los principales y por eso ese nombre. El arroz con leche une a 3 continentes diferentes, Europa, Asia y Sudamérica. Este dulce le abrió las puertas a muchas posibilidades de obtener más platos extranjeros. Puede ayudar a la gente a darse cuenta que otras culturas tienen platos interesantes que pueden ser introducidos a la gastronomía.
Immigration has been very important for the development of all countries such as the United States and almost everywhere. For many, it's not easy to leave behind their countries, their families, their homes, their friends, to look for a better future. Being an immigrant is sometimes simple. In my experience, my family migrated to Miami when I was only 5 years old, like a very long time ago. When we came to a community where you don't feel discriminated against because we are all the same here. We maintain our culture, we still speak Spanish, we still eat our...
Hi, my name is Jaden Sorrell, and today I will be speaking to you about my poster about the immigrant's experience. We also have one immigrant in task 8 that I will speak to you about later on in this video. As you may notice, we have many tasks on this poster. I will be going through them one by one. Beginning with task 2, defining immigration. What is immigration? Immigration is the process in which a person or a group of people migrate from one country to another for specific reasons. These reasons can be for finding a new job or meeting with family, and many more reasons. Then,
Hola, me llamo Camila Domínguez y el día de hoy voy a estar presentando el dulce de leche. En inglés, dulce de leche significa milk candy o sweetness of milk. Esta delicia originó en Indonesia y luego, alrededor del siglo XVI, fue introducido a los filipinos. Después, los españoles conquistaron a los filipinos y el dulce de leche llegó a España. En años posteriores, España conquistó a muchos países en Sudamérica y esta sustancia deliciosa logró alcanzar los países latinoamericanos. El dulce de leche ahora tiene muchos nombres adoptados por diferentes países. Se puede llamar dulce de leche, cajeta, manjar o arequipe. Su consistencia pegajosa y su sabor dulce lo hace muy eficiente para usar en distintos platillos. Se usa en muchos diversos postres de países en Sudamérica, como el bizcocho de dulce de leche, los alfajores, las crepas rellenas de cajeta, morelianas, que es un sándwich doble as, la pavlova y la torta de 3 leches con arequipe. En resumen, el dulce de leche ha impactado mucho en la gastronomía de los platillos dulces en Sudamérica y ha hecho que muchos postres de diferentes países tengan algo en común. Ingredientes. Se necesitan 2 tazas de leche, una mitad de cucharadita de extracto de vainilla, 1/4 de cucharadita de bicarbonato de sodio y 3/4 tazas de azúcar. Primero se le agrega la leche, el azúcar y el bicarbonato de sodio y se bate bien.
Hi, my name is Joana Rios. I'm from 6th grade and I'm going to be talking about the migrating experience. What is immigration? Immigration is when people move from their origin country to a new country to stay there and live. The U.S. has had a lot of immigration throughout the years. A lot of people from different parts of the world have come here because the country is big and it has big opportunities. An important point of migration is Ellis Island. A lot of people have come through there to migrate to the United States. The large diverse of immigrants that have come to the United States had influence in the...
Hi, my name is Alejandra and I'm going to talk about the immigration from Brazil to North America. Oi, meu nome é Alejandra e eu vou falar sobre a imigração desde o Brasil até a Norte América. Pastel. Os pastéis são uma iguaria de rua brasileira. Esses pastéis feitos são recheados com vários recheios saborosos como queijo, frango, camarão, palmito ou carne moída. A massa de pastel é mais crocante do que a massa da empanada. Pastéis are a Brazilian street food delicacy. These fried pastries are filled with very savory fillings like cheese, chicken, shrimp, heart of palm, or ground beef. Pastel dough is crispier than empanada dough. Jiu-jitsu.
Hello, my name is Ainhoa Ms. Guzman. I am in 6th period U.S. History in 6th grade. Today I want to talk about the immigration experience. History has shown us that immigrants started coming to the United States in the 19th century and that they still come here nowadays, but they come for different reasons. One main reason is achieving the American dream of living with dignity and protected by the law. Since not all countries protect their citizens like the way that the U.S. does, some people risk their lives just coming here to have a life away from.
This is my project, The Immigrant Experience. I wrote about this lady who was from Nigeria, which is not from the U.S., and she immigrated to the U.S. when she was 6 years old. She became an artist and got many awards, and many of her paintings are famous and worth a lot of money. I also added color so then my project would look nice. And I put all 8 tasks you assigned, and I put the immigrant in the middle.
Hello,
Oh.
my name is Jennifer Santos, and today I am going to be presenting my project about the immigration experience. When do you think that humans first began to migrate? Human beings have been migrating for more than 60,000 years. The first humans to migrate did so from Africa to Eurasia. This was due to the climate change that made the African continent much more dry than it was before. Do you think that a greater percentage of the world is migrating more than in previous periods? Why or why not? I believe that people migrated in search for a better future. That's why I think that migration and
My name is Ari Lieberman, and this is my video about the experiences of immigrant youth and children that have come to the United States. I will be using myself as the subject for this video. My identity is a Venezuelan American, as I was born in Venezuela, but I migrated over here. I have been able to express myself in many ways, including, but not limited to, speaking Spanish every single day, eating Venezuelan food at Venezuelan-owned restaurants, using Venezuelan dialects for certain words, like caraotas instead of frijoles for beans, and using a Venezuelan flag to represent myself. I even have one in my room. This level of self-expression...
Oi, meu nome é Nicole e este é meu projeto da imigração brasileira na América do Norte. Brazilian Immigration in North America. Festas Juninas, also known as Festas de São João, for their part in celebrating the nativity of San John the Baptist, are the annual Brazilian celebrations adapted from the European midsummer that take place in the southern midwinter. Festas Juninas 2021 in Brazil will begin on Tuesday, June 1st and ends on Wednesday, June 30th. As Festas Juninas, também conhecidas como as Festas do São João, por sua participação na celebração da Natividade de São João Batista.
Immigration is when people move from one place to another due to various reasons. Immigration can impact people's lives both positively and negatively. From past experiences, immigration is very necessary because it allows people to get a new start at life. People migrate because you can get better opportunities in life, you can be safer in other countries, and you can also reunite with family and friends that you haven't seen in a long time. It's easy. You don't decide right away if you're going to move somewhere else. You have to consider the reasons why you're going to move and how you're going to do it. You also have to consider how you're going to make money, where you're going to work at, and where you will be staying. Meanwhile, get a house or an apartment. It reminds me from when I migrated to the United States to my home country. I was 6 years old.
The main culture that I identify with is Colombian culture. I grew up with many parts of Colombian culture, such as watching its sports teams, watching its festivities, and eating Colombian food. One example is the Colombian soccer team, where I would wear the team shirt with the rest of my family. Another example is the festivity known as the Carnaval de Barranquilla, where people dance in extravagant clothes to Colombian music. While watching these, I would eat Colombian food, like ajiaco or arepa. These serve as symbols of my culture, connecting me to Colombia.
Eu me chamo Victoria Campos e agora vamos falar de imigração brasileira na América do Norte. Aqui temos o Guaraná. O Guaraná é o mais conhecido como ingrediente em bebidas energéticas populares. É uma excelente fonte de cafeína. Guaraná is the best known as an ingredient in popular energy drinks. It's an excellent source of caffeine. Aqui temos o brigadeiro. O brigadeiro é uma sobremesa tradicional brasileira criada pela confeitaria Carioca Relhosa Nabucoque de...
Oi, meu nome é Nicole e este é meu projeto da imigração brasileira na América do Norte. Brazilian Immigration in North America. Festas Juninas, also known as Festas de São João, for their part in celebrating the nativity of San John the Baptist, are the annual Brazilian celebrations adapted from the European midsummer that take place in the southern midwinter. Festas Juninas 2021 in Brazil will begin on Tuesday, June 1st and ends on Wednesday, June 30th. As Festas Juninas, também conhecidas como as Festas do São João,
por sua participação na celebração da Natividade de São João Batista. São as festas brasileiras anuais adaptadas ao solsticio de verão europeo.
Hola, soy Nicole Mirri y hoy voy a estar hablando sobre el shawarma. El shawarma originó en Turquía y la palabra shawarma viene de la palabra turca sevirme, que significa torneado, y habla sobre el asador giratorio. Inmigrando una comida de una cultura a otra completamente diferente hace muchas cosas. Una cosa que hace es que saca a las personas de su zona de confort y les hace aprender sobre una nueva cultura y diferentes maneras de hacer cosas. También les enseña qué les gusta y qué no. Esto une a las dos culturas por curiosidad y todo el mundo aprende algo nuevo. Para hacer nuestro pollo marinado vamos a necesitar canela, pimienta, comino y un cubo de caldo de gallina. Y de pollo vamos a necesitar.
My name is Berge Wolf and this is my project Imigração Brasileira na América do Norte. First, hoje mais de 500.000 brasileiros vivem nos Estados Unidos. More than 500,000 people live in the U.S. A maioria dos brasileiros vivem em apenas 5 estados: Flórida, Massachusetts, California, Nova Jersey e Nova York. The majority of Brazilian immigration live...
Oi, meu nome é Liz e esse é o meu projeto sobre imigração brasileira na América do Norte. Hi, I'm Liz and this is my project about Brazilian immigration in North America. Dora Castelar. Dora Castelar é autora roteirista. Nos últimos anos tem trabalhado na TV Globo, colaborando nas novelas A Vida da Gente, Sete Vidas e Órfãos da Terra. Essa última ganhou Emmy Internacional. Estas